All right, folks, welcome to lesson four. We've finished up with the probability portion of the unit now. We're going to be going into statistics. Statistics is just a different form of dealing with data. We're going to be looking at data, and the big thing we're going to be looking for is these measures of central tendency. Uh, Basically, that just tells us where the middle of the data is. There's three different ways of doing that: the mean, median, and the mode. Okay, the mean is what we most commonly call our average. Okay, it's just where you add the numbers all together and divide them by the total number of data points. So if you have five numbers, you just add them all together and divide by five. Your median, that's your middle number. So if you take all the numbers together and you put them in a great big lineup from the very smallest to the very biggest, uh, the middle number in that list is your mean or your median, sorry. Your mode, okay, your mode is your most popular. It's the one that occurs the most often. It's your most frequently chosen uh, data point. Okay, two other ones that we have here are your outliers. Okay, outliers are just numbers that lie significantly outside the bulk of the data. So let's say you have numbers 2, 2, 3, 3, 8. That 8 is going to be an outlier. It's well outside 2 and 3. Um, Outliers can be above or below the data. So if you had 88991, that one would also be an outlier. It's significantly outside the data set. So that would be an outlier. Your trimmed mean, basically, the mean is very heavily affected by outliers. So your trimmed mean seeks to mitigate the impact of those outliers. So you take the highest number, you take the lowest number, or highest couple and lowest couple, and get rid of them. And then you recalculate the mean. That would be your trimmed mean is what it's called. So a couple of examples. Evan is a chef at a restaurant. The tips are pooled. Evan gets 10% of the daily total. The daily totals for a typical week are shown in the chart below. So we want to figure out what the daily mean is. Like I said before, the mean, you just got to add them all together and divide by 5. So 714 plus 894 plus 723 plus 976 plus 2,171. Wow, Saturday was a good day. 2,871. Like so. We divide that all by 5, like so. And that would give and I would recommend doing this in 2 steps. You add the top all together, 6,178, and then divide that by 5, and that would give you 1,235. 60, like so. Okay, so then we want to figure out how much Evan earned from tips each day. Okay, notice it's each day. Remember, he gets 10%, so all you have to do is take that 0.10 and multiply by 714, which would give you $71.40. 0.10 times 894 is $89.40. 0.10 times 7230, 723 is 7230. 0.10 times 976 is 9760, and 0.10 times 2,871 is 287.10, like so. Okay, so that would be how much he gets from tips each of those days. Now, Chloe says that on a typical day, Evan earns 10% of the daily mean total from part A. Do you agree? Yes or no? Okay, so what we're looking for here is we're saying that on a typical day, he earns 10% of A, which is that piece right there. So 0.10 times 1235.60 would give you $123. That doesn't look like a 3. And 60 cents or 56 cents, sorry. Like so. When we're looking for a typical day, all that's asking us to do is just average or take all the amounts that he makes through the week and average those. So doing that, we get 7140 plus 8940 plus 7230 plus 9760 plus 28710 gives you 123, 617.80, sorry. 617.80, and then same as before, 617.80 divided by 5 gives you 123.56, like so. Okay, so if you notice, 10% of the total is the same as the average of the 10%. So I would agree. Okay, now of those 5 days, which one's the outlier? Well, Saturday, obviously. It's significantly higher than the rest of them. Okay, so then how much does Evan earn in tips on average per day if the trimmed mean is used? Well, if we're getting rid of the highest one, we have to get rid of the lowest one as well. Lowest one here is 714. So then we would go 894 plus 723 plus 976. And this time, because we got rid of our outliers, we would divide by 3 rather than dividing by 5, which would give you 864.33, like so. Okay, that's the total amount for the total daily average. To figure out how much Evan earns in tips, well, 0.10 times 864.33 is just 86.43 in tips. Okay, and that's if you look up here for these days here, that's fairly standard for what he made. Okay, next one. School basketball team scored these numbers of points on their first 8 games, blah, 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 blah. We want to order the number of points from least to greatest, circling the 2 middle numbers. So what I would do to recommend to do on this one is you start with the lowest number, but I would cross it out so you don't double count it. Okay, so 59 and then 61. I'm crossing off 61. And then 72. Again, crossing off 72, and then 74, crossing off 74, and then 80, again, crossing off 80, and then 86. And yes, I'm doing this one at a time because I know there's 2 86s, but in a big data set, it's better to do it one at a time, and that leaves 91 so that you don't miss one. Okay, like so. Now the middle 2 numbers, if we start on the outsides, we call those 2 1. Then we go in 1 number and call those 2, and then 3, and then 4, like so. I do that so that it shows me where the middle is. You can see the middle 2 numbers are 74 and 80, like so. So if we want to figure out the median number of points for these games, the median is actually straight down the middle of these 2 numbers. So all you do is you go 74 plus 80 divided by 2 is 77 points, is the median number of points for those games. Okay, next, we want to figure out, Joey earns a whole bunch of money for various days throughout the month. We want to figure out what the median value of money earned by Joey is. Okay, so same thing. If it says median, take that list, make it from smallest to biggest. Okay, so the first number is $60, then 65, and then 70, and then 75, then 88, and then 90, and then 95, then 100, then 110, and then we've got 120, We've got another 120 just over here. And then we've got a 125. And then am I going to have enough room? And there's the 135 as well. Just about ran out of room. Like so. Okay, so then the median value, same as before, start with the outsides and work your way in. So we got a 1, the 135, see if I can get it, is, nope, not going to let me do it. I'll zoom in. 135 is a 1. It means the 125 is a 2, and the 65 is 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, and 7. So then the median value, notice there's only 1 7 there. So the median is $95. You'll notice in my notes I made a mistake. I forgot the 135. Easy mistake to make. Okay, make sure you're crossing those off. I didn't, and it made me make a mistake. So median value is just that 7th number there, which is $95. Next, we want to figure out the mean value. So you can do the exact same thing again, where you just add them all together. 60 plus 65 plus 70 plus 75 plus 88 plus 90 plus 95 plus 100. And yes, I expect to see this on a test or something like that if I'm asking you to calculate the mean, plus 120 plus 120 plus 125 plus 135. And then see if I can do this properly. Why are you not doing it? That's a pretty good line anyways. I'll just leave it as is. And that would be all divided by 13, which should give you, because I made the mistake of not adding the 135 in there. My mean is incorrect in my notes. Which gives us 1,253 over 13, which is 96.38 as an average, or the mean value, sorry, of money that Joey earned. Okay, now the mode. Remember, the mode is the most popular. It's the most frequently occurring. If you notice, and this is why I like putting it in order, 120 is repeated twice. No other number is repeated twice, so the mode would be simply $120. Okay, next one. Liam is a real estate agent in Winnipeg. Last month he sold 9 homes. Their price is in the chart. So we want to figure out first what the mean selling price for those homes are. Same thing. If I ask you for the mean, I expect to see the writing. See you writing it all out. So start out, we go 264,000 plus 319,000 plus 188,000 plus 223,000 plus 248,000 plus 257,000. Can I get one more? I can get one more in there. Plus 272,000 plus 288,000 plus 784,500, like so. And then we're going to divide all of that by the 9 homes that he sold. So we can add that all up, divide by 9, and that would give you $315,944.44, like so. Same thing as before, we'll take the list and order it from smallest to biggest. So 118,000, and then 223,000, and then 248,000. I should probably cross these off the list so I don't make a mistake again. 243, 230, 223, and then 248. and then 257, and then 264, and then 272, and then 288, and then 319, and then 300 or 784,500. I actually got them all that time. Look at that. So that means if we go and number those again, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, then our median is $264,000. Okay, so next, which selling price is the outlier? Clearly, $784,500 is an outlier by a lot. Okay, next one, what is the median or the mean a better measure of central tendency for Liam's typical selling price? If you look, if you take out the mean, or if you take out the outlier there, the rest of the numbers sit fairly close around that $264,000 mark. So I would say that the median is actually a better representation of his typical selling price. Where are we here? There we are. Selling price, because it is not as heavily affected by the mean or by the outlier. Okay, so that's what I was saying at the very beginning, where the mean is very heavily affected by the outliers, which is why we do the trimmed mean to begin with. All right, the next one. Jody wants to offer personal training. She surveyed to find out people's average workout times. Her data is shown below, expressed in minutes. So what we can do is we can take all that data and compress it down into a frequency table, which helps us calculate things a little bit quicker. And basically all you do is you go through the list, and everywhere you see that number, you add a tick. So 30, add a tick, 45, add a tick, Okay, so gone through that. It makes it really nice and easy to see some of the trends of the data. Okay, if we put the numbers underneath here, 1, 4, 7, 5, 2, 7, and 4, like so, we can very clearly see from the frequency data table which is the mode. Okay, because the mode has the most data points in it. Okay, you'll notice that both 40 and 60 minutes have 7. So the mode is actually 2 data points in this case, which is 40 minutes and 60 minutes. Okay, same thing as before. You can figure out what the mean is. There's an easy way to do this using the frequency data table. Okay, all you do is you take the frequency and multiply it by the number. Then you add the next one. 4 times 30 plus 7 times 40 plus 5 times 45 plus 2 times 50 plus 7 times 60 plus 4 times 75. Okay, it makes it a little bit easier because then you don't have to, write out, 67 times. Okay, and then all you do is you add these frequency numbers all together. 1 and 4 is 5, 5 is 10, 17, 19, 26, 30. Okay, so she interviewed 30 different people, which means all you do is divide that by 30, like so, and that would give you a mean of 48.83 minutes. Okay, and what you can do is you could add all these guys up at the top here if you wanted. It's a little quicker to do it this way though. Okay, so we can see that the mean is 48.83 minutes and the mode is 40 and 60 minutes. So should Jody offer both of these session lengths? I would say yes, as that's where most of the people fall. Even this, you'll notice the 5-minute and the 4-minute guys, they could probably join in with the 7-minute. The 20-minute person could probably get off their phone and actually start working out for a little bit longer. The 50-minute and the 75-minute, they would probably be okay with a 60-minute workout if those were the 2 session types that were going on there. So I would say yes, as most participants. I believe participants is spelled with an A, not an E. There we go. Okay, so Barry operates a farm in Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. He keeps meticulous records of his yield per acre for his various crops. One of the crops he is tracking is red spring wheat, and the yield in bushels per acre from 2000 to 2010 are shown. We want to figure out what the mean yield of Barry's crop per year is. So same as before, 36 plus 30 plus 22 plus 40 plus 36 plus 40 plus 33 plus 50 plus 51 plus 55 plus 35, all divided by, oh, my little thing went away. I can't draw straight lines. All divided by, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years, would give us 36.18 bushels per acre is his average yield. Okay, same as before, median yield, you just line them all up and figure out what the middle is. Okay, so our lowest number is 22. And then we got 30, and 33, and then 35, and then 36, and then 36 again, and then 40, 40, 50, 51, whoa, select it all, and 55, like so. Okay, so then that means that our middle number, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6 would be 36, so our median is 36 bushels per acre. And the mode, from this you can see that there's 2 40s and there's 2 36s there. So the mode is 36 bushels per acre and 40 bushels per acre, like so. Two modes, because there's 2 most popular ones. Now, which one better represents Barry's expected yields? I would again say median, as there's only one middle number. Let's get back here. and it's not heavily affected by outliers. Okay, you can see from this that 22 might possibly be come on, there we go. 22 might possibly be an outlier. 55 might be argued to be an outlier as well. Okay, so those two guys there could affect the mean, which is why I'm saying median is probably your best measure of central tendency for various expected yields. So you should be able to do the fourth assignment and the fourth quiz now. Same as always, if you have questions, pop into the meet and let me know. We'll carry on with weighted means after